Quick disclaimer, any opinion said in this video may offend some people. And if you are one of those people, you shouldn't be here. Make sure to have an open mind and have fun with the podcast.
Don't care about what size it is, just look at it. If he goes, oh yeah, well, I'll prove it, and he pulls it out, just look at it and go,
Hello and welcome back to the Desensitized Podcast. Today is episode 7. You are joined by the usual subjects, myself, Tidal, and...
hey, what's up, man?
yeah, Jade's
What's
here
up,
too.
man?
And special
What?
guest, Crickets. No special guest today. Just the two of us. Shame on you.
Yes. You can be the special guest.
Yeah, you can be the special guest, but you can't talk because it's our
Because you gotta be pretty special to be here.
Yeah, you're not quite special enough.
Nah.
Alright then, so we've got some stuff to talk about today. It's a pretty chill podcast compared to the last one, and probably the next one. So we've got a relatively less controversial topic, although some people will always find a way to make it controversial. So...
No, I still think that this is pretty controversial. Yeah, it's not Andrew Tate, but... wow.
Alright, sweet. So you ready to hop into the first part then?
Oh, you're... sure, man. Yeah, woo!
Alright, so... everything to do with body positivity. So, the fat acceptance movement, eating disorders, all of that stuff. Do you have any sort of generalized opinions that you can say about the whole body positivity and body issues and all that?
Yeah, if you think it's okay to have type 2 diabetes, you're wrong.
If you think it's okay to have type 1 diabetes, you're also wrong.
Oh, but that's not type 1's fault. They have to have it. Them niggas is born with it.
Well, actually, sometimes type 1 diabetes people, they don't actually develop the diabetes until later. Yeah, so...
well, then we say some. Some.
yeah, well, some, yeah, but, like, so that way, you can have type 1 diabetes, but to all your mates, it looks like you got type 2 diabetes.
Well, yeah, until the insulin needle comes out.
Type 2 diabetes people need insulin as well, my friend.
Not all of them.
Then you don't have real
They do.
diabetes.
No, you do. No, you do, but they don't all need insulin needles. Most of them just need to keep an eye on their blood pressure unless it converts into type 1.
You cannot convert type 2 into type 1 diabetes, my friend.
Insulin needles is what I mean, dickface. You can only get an insulin needle if yours is really
type 2
bad.
diabetes to type 1 diabetes. Can't make fun of me now. I was born with it as of yesterday.
Whoa. Okay, so insulin needles aren't needed with type 2 unless it's incredibly bad. Most people just have to watch their blood pressure.
Pressure.
I know a lot of people with diabetes. It runs in my fucking family.
Hey, wait, hold on. But let's say your blood sugar's wrong, right? Let's say your blood sugar's too high. How do you bring the blood sugar down without using insulin?
They've normally got to get to a certain point and then watch it. They don't have to, if they increase their sugar intake, then yeah, they're going to need the insulin needle. But if they can keep it at a steady rate after it's been brought down already, like they might need one, or you go to a doctor and then you'll get given a kit and the whole prick your finger, check your fucking levels and shit. I'm sure you've seen it.
Yeah, no, yeah. My ex-girlfriend had a father who had has diabetes. So I've seen him do stuff, like when he's in a restaurant and stuff, he'd always have to inject before every single meal. And he'd have to inject a different amount, because his pancreas
That's to be
was
able
completely fucked.
to eat those kinds of foods, yeah. But there is a mildness to it. It's not unless you're old or it's really bad.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, you think you could probably have. It's probably a spectrum. Like, I mean, your pancreas can only be partly fucked, so you got to watch it and be careful. But your pancreas can still produce some insulin by itself.
Why are we talking about diabetes?
Because it has a lot to do with body positivity. Because
No, it has a lot to do with being fat, dude.
Well, that
There ain't nothing happy about. You can't be positive about diabetes.
No, but that's the argument against fat positivity, because you say that being
Stop
fat...
making it okay to have diabetes.
Yeah, I know, right? And then you go, then therefore, because being fat increases your risk of diabetes, being fat is not okay. That's the whole argument. Or heart disease, or insert other preventable disease here. Right? Am I wrong about that being the sentiment? I didn't say that's my personal opinion, but that is the sentiment.
What, the diabetes thing? I was like half listening there for a second.
Well, basically the sentiment goes as follows. Having diabetes is a bad thing, right? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Being fat increases your chances of getting diabetes, yes or no?
Yeah.
Therefore, being fat is bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the whole argument.
Yeah, but we didn't have to focus on just diabetes. We haven't even brought up what body positivity is yet.
Okay, well, it depends on how you define it, but let's focus mostly on fat acceptance, because other body positivity is like very obvious answer, like, oh, should you go to burn victims and discriminate against them because they're ugly? No!
Should
obviously.
you go near burn victims with a lighter?
yeah, exactly. It's sort of shit like that. The only real contested area in terms of body positivity comes to fat people. Because I guess we're wasting our time when we talk about should you go to people with, I don't know, broken faces because they were in domestic abuse relationships for like the past 10 years and they couldn't leave because they, I don't know, because they were a criminal or whatever, fucking bullshit, right? Because they got caught up with the wrong crowd. I don't know, like, just all of this shit, right? Like, are you short, therefore you should, I don't know, not be made a fool of because you're short. And that is another good one to talk about, though. Because it seems like nowadays, for women, it's the weight, and for men, it's the height. Or most of the time. Right?
And the length, but we won't go into that one.
Yeah, that's for another day.
For another day. That's for when we open the OnlyFans account, yeah.
Yeah, so, I don't know. Well, obviously it makes sense from a biological standpoint for both sides. So I don't know why why a woman would find it so offensive, the whole weight thing. But I think I do know why it's more offensive. And the reason why it's more offensive is because when you call out a woman's weight, it calls out more than just what she looks like. It calls out her personality and her character. So that's why she gets so much more offended. Because she's like, this person's actually calling me lazy. He's not just saying I'm ugly. He's saying I'm ugly and I'm really lazy. So that makes more sense,
it can,
right? Whereas
I get where you're coming
goes,
from.
oh,
yeah.
you're short, right? Sure, it hurts because a guy has the fundamental need to have attraction from women if you're straight, right? You have that need, even if you like to go around saying, oh, Sigma male, grind set, women don't matter, men go in their own way. You can't deny that as a heterosexual male with nuts, you have that desire to have women, right? So, so a woman saying, oh no, you're short, you're too short, right? Obviously, there's the element of rejection, but the woman isn't saying, like, I don't know, isn't saying something like, you're physically weak, or like, you're just a weakling, or anything like that, because it is something you can't control, right? You can't control how tall you are, but a woman can control how fat she is majority of the time. So, when you say you're a fat ass, or a cow to a woman, the woman isn't just being insulted on their looks, they're being insulted on their character. And an insult to character is a lot worse than an insult to looks, so I think that's the whole thing, isn't it? Right?
Yo.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah, no, I fully agree with that. Yeah, but
So it makes heaps of sense.
you don't exactly go up to random people unless you're a fucking dick. Like, you see some big chick walking past, or some big dude, you walk up and go, "Hey, fat ass," and you just walk away.
No, but I'm meaning like, like if you're in a dating scene, what's the name?
Oh no, yeah, that's what you say on the first date. When the bitch walks into the restaurant and they have to open both the double doors, she sits down, you go, "Shit."
Oh, this
want
is a
another
topic
chair?
for another day. This is a topic for another day, but the dating scene has just changed. Like with Tinder and shit, because people do say that on the first messages, like, "How tall are you?" Right? They'll say that shit on Tinder and stuff. They'll say, "How tall are you?" And then if a
I
guy
wouldn't know, I
responds
don't
with, "How
use
much
dating
do you
apps."
weigh?" Yeah, neither do I. I prefer to just approach people randomly. That's my new
Yeah,
thing.
I'd like to just walk out of the dark, you know, "Hey,
I
so
did
how
that.
much?"
I did that the other day.
You just walked out of the dark, did you?
Yeah, bro. And I got a number.
No.
No joke, bro. No fucking joke. That's another fucking thing we could talk about. We could talk about confidence, but that's also for a later fucking podcast. But I have a story to tell when it comes to that. Maybe we should record that podcast today. I'm waiting to tell that fucking story. But you guys are gonna have to wait even fucking longer.
Yeah, you are going to have to wait a long time. But let's get back into this
Back
before we
into it.
fucking
Alright,
digress and get bored.
We sort of went on a little tangent there about height versus weight. And obviously weight is the far worse thing to hear. But when you think about it, it is also more fair because it is a judgment on someone's decisions rather than a judgment on someone's...
Yeah, it's the
Parents'
only changeable
decisions.
factor.
Right? Like, it's just
Yeah,
like...
no, because you can change that.
Yeah, exactly, right? It's like someone going, "Oh, you're just black. You're ugly because you're black," right? That's unfair because it's the
That's
parents'
unfair,
decision.
you're a racist.
Yeah, exactly, right? So when you say, "Oh, you're ugly because you're short," or something, or "You're short," short people have no value, then it's unfair. But when you say a fat person has less value, it's more fair because a fat person 9 times out of 10 has more control over their weight, especially when the fat person is trying to claim that they're better than everyone else.
Yeah, well, you see, that's just someone, and I don't like that. It's because I see a lot of fucking videos around where the body positivity people are going, like, they're just showing off what they're eating, and a lot of them go, "I'm a fat ass and this is what I eat in a day." It's like, cool, she's fine with it, she's not trying to pressure anyone else to do it,
Yeah.
and she's okay with it, so it's like, alright, that's cool, you're funny. It makes it into a big joke. Yeah, I'm a fat ass, I know that, I don't care, I'm going to eat these things, so here, this is what I eat. Nice, that's funny. I don't like the ones that go, "I'm fat and you should be okay with that."
And I'm beautiful. I'm
Yeah,
fat
well,
and
if
I'm
you
beautiful.
think that,
And you have to think
you're
I'm
allowed to
beautiful.
think that. Yeah,
And-
no, it's when you start trying to fucking pin it on me that I'm not happy.
You have to think I'm beautiful, and you're a fat-phobic person if you don't buy my OnlyFans. I deserve to make heaps of money as a model, just as much money as models who are a lot more in shape than me, because I use less effort for my modeling career than they do. That's fair. That's completely fair.
Yeah.
That's the thing that doesn't make any sense to me as plus-size models, bro. Because modeling, it's literally your job to look as good as possible, right? So the main reason why people don't work out consistently is because they're busy with work and stuff. But when you're a model, this is your fucking job. And you can't be bothered to work out.
Yeah, but that depends on the company you're working for. You can't just say that. There's a whole different league to it. You're looking at it as it's a hot chick wearing a dress. Others are looking at it like it's a statement. Because most of fashion, that's why there's shitty costumes. So a lot of the things you see on fashion shows and shit, and models trying shit out, it's shit. It looks shit. It looks like you pulled it out of the rubbish. Because it's a statement that we don't understand.
Well, yeah, but I'm not talking about those runway fucking models who wear like a vagina costume and are skinny.
Well, even then, even if you're on like a billboard or something, it's still a statement. Like, you see ads on the TV now. Clothing designers use it as a way to get to certain groups of people. Like, they try and target bigger people by putting bigger people as the models in the ads.
Yeah, I guess.
It's a marketing strategy.
I think it's virtue signaling personally, but I mean,
Well, yeah.
you could. I mean, you can also sell the whole idea. I mean, that is a smart business move, but every smart business move develops from a societal change, right? Like, obviously, back in the day, BMW or BMW, for any fucking German people who go, it's not BMW, they used to be a Nazi car company, right? But now that Nazis aren't so popular anymore, they're not going around marketing that they're Nazi, are they? Just as Nike back in the day wouldn't be advertising fat people for their fucking athletic clothing wear, but now they do because of the societal change, right? So I don't think it's a business decision. I think it's the societal change that makes the business decision happen. And I think the societal change stems from people who were fat complaining like that, right? Is it not? And obviously,
it wasn't so much the complaining, it's more kind of doing what we're doing and targeting the hype.
Yeah, I guess.
It's exactly what social media and all of that shit does. They target the hype. People start talking about it because it draws attention to themselves.
Yeah, but then we're asking the question of whether or not this movement is a net positive for society.
It doesn't matter what we're asking. We're still talking about the same thing.
Well, yeah, okay. Well, that goes to our next point. Is the fat acceptance movement, because we're not talking about burn survivors and shit like that, because obviously those people, that's all fair and well.
Yeah, the only people who would answer that question wrong are dicks.
Yeah, it's fat acceptance, right? So is fat acceptance a net positive for society, yes or no, and why? From your side.
A net positive?
For society.
No.
Why?
No. Well, if you think about it, I've wanted to get personal with this, but I'm going to keep it on a fucking economical standard first. What realistically beneficial job to the planet could a fat person do?
Chef?
They can't move properly, and they can't stand on their feet for ages, so fast food's out of the question, so is customer service.
Well, I was thinking chef, because, you might have a lot of experience with eating if you're fat. And there are a lot of
Yeah, but
chefs.
I'm talking like, well, if you get food from a skinny chef, that's probably a bad decision. Always trust the fat chef.
Yeah, unless it's meal prep.
But that's different. They're actively fat. They're fat because that's their job and they're tasting food and they're eating it. Food is their job.
Yeah.
And that's like, there's heaps of chefs around the world, yeah, but not all of them are fat. And if you're too fat to stand, then that's out of the question for you.
Okay, yeah, I like where you're going with this.
Yeah, you've got no...
Maybe chef, you'd always be beaten by a physically fit person.
Well, yeah, exactly. Someone who can do all the prep and shit. Unless you've already got the credentials behind you, there's no way you're going to be a chef.
Or, like, the reason why you're fat is because you've tasted so much food that you have just, like, the perfect palate that you can just, like... You can just go by hand on any fucking dish and it'll taste great. Then obviously...
Yeah, but even if you notice, fucking... Even the best chefs in the world aren't fucking... fat.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, Gordon Ramsay's got a bit of a belly, yeah. But that man's still fucking... Like... He's a good-looking man, old Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah, true, but I guess that's also because once you get to those high levels of perfecting a craft, you also recognise that consistently working out is a valuable thing to do.
Yeah, because, well, once you're at the top, you kind of want to keep that, don't you?
Yeah.
You're not going to keep that if you die from a heart attack.
No, pretty much. And the chef is just as good as you, but he's also jacked. He's just one
Wow.
up you.
And he's better to look at. So, it's most likely... Okay, so, if we take it from this standpoint, and we have a fat person and a jacked person with the exact same skill set for that job, and we put them both in there, 9 times out of 10, that jacked person gets the fucking job because he's better to look at.
Pretty much.
Or she.
Yeah. Oh, definitely with a she. Definitely with
Yeah,
a
they're
she.
better to look at, especially if it's an open kitchen.
Yeah.
Because with a fat person, you can also tell their hygiene. It's very easy to tell a big person's hygiene.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, but yeah, no, that's where I was going when you asked that question, was like, besides cooking and jobs that don't require you to move, so, I guess, forklift, if you're fucking big enough to sit, small enough to sit in there, and call centers.
Yeah.
That's literally it.
Yeah, true.
Or
Police.
at a fucking direct customer service job.
Although I've seen fat people in the police. And real skinny
Yeah,
people, but I'd prefer if I called the police not to have a big fat cunt come or a real tiny dude come.
Not unless that big dude was like army vet and he knows how to run. There are big dudes out there, like very fucking huge dudes, who can move like a motherfucker. And there's a story behind this. They can move like a motherfucker because they've got the discipline that was required for it. Like, there was an army vet at a paintball game that Mitchell and one of our mates went to. Well, they weren't in the same game, but that guy was flying. Like, he was bigger than Mitchell and me.
Yeah.
Like, the dude was fatter than us, and he was moving. Because he had the discipline and he knew what he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
So, being physically fit and fat at the same time is a possibility, but it just depends on how much fat.
That's rare.
And if you're disciplined enough to carry it, sort of shit.
Oh, that reminds me as well, though. I mean, I've seen, I don't know if you know what tricking is, but it's like this weird martial arts style flip stuff that, like, I mean, I've broken into a little bit. Where you're using, like, cartwheels and you're, like, swinging and stuff, and like the cork, for example, that's a tricking move. I saw, like, this fat dude doing that before. Like a cork. So, I mean, you know, it's not completely out of the realm of possibility. So I agree with you. But
Well, no, it's just rare. Yeah,
rare.
but there are a lot of people out there who can do that shit.
It's rare.
Like, even take that guy from Megan Trainor's first fucking song that she released, the music video, that big dude who was doing all the dancing, he could fucking move for a big boy. And I'm not the fucking smallest person in the world. Well, I sure as fuck ain't the biggest, but I'm not the smallest, I can still fight.
Yeah,
I'll fight like a motherfucker. But yeah, no, that's basically what I was fucking targeting, was the ones who don't have the capabilities, who are just fat.
Yeah.
Like, if you're active and fat, you're just big because you eat a lot, but you also do a lot with your day.
Yeah.
Then, and you're not sitting there complaining that people don't accept you for who you are, because most of the people who are disciplined enough to do all that shit don't care what you have to say.
Yeah. It's just rare how people can be able to do all those things and still be fat. Because you would think that those extra calories that they would eat would turn into muscle. Or maybe they're just not as disciplined with their diet. And they still do
probably.
Because I think the main thing when it comes to, like, if you overconsume sugar, you won't build muscle. Is what I've seen. So if you overconsume refined sugar, so if the reason why you're going over your calories is because of refined sugar, that will never turn into muscle. Just based on how it's absorbed in the body, you can never process those calories into muscle. Whereas if you're eating like rice or something, and that's what's bringing you over, you can turn that into muscle. But there's just something about refined sugar that it just doesn't let you turn into muscle.
Yeah, well, there are circumstances where people are active and still have a bit of a gut, like, take world record holder Eddie Hall, for example.
Yeah,
If you look at a few of his photos, he's got a fucking gut on him. But if he sucks that gut in, my man's got a fucking six-pack.
Yep, I mean, a lot of the time, people can just have such massive abs that, like, their stomach comes out further than their pecs. Because abs are just so much easier to grow than pecs. It's so annoying, too. I mean, it makes sense because pecs are just not used as much in, like, any movement. Like, if you look at, like, people like fighters and even, I mean, parkour uses a little bit, but if you look at trickers, like people who do tricking movements and stuff, their pecs don't come out, but their abs, because the core movements of, I don't know, throwing your hands and throwing kicks and stuff and throwing flips and all that, it's a lot of core movement, but a lot of natural movement doesn't really use the pecs that much. It's like the only real people who really go out and get big pecs are bodybuilders, really, right? Like, if you look at climbers and stuff as well, they'll have strong as cores, but, like, their pecs will just be underdeveloped because you just don't use them that much.
Yeah, a lot of the time it's something that's more just for looking, it's for style.
Yeah, I know,
it's like so cosmetics in video games.
Why couldn't I just, like, this massive muscle on my fucking chest, why couldn't that just be more useful? I wish I could use that to, like, move more, eh? Like, why couldn't that muscle just help me throw a punch, bro? It's attached to my arm, but it just doesn't do anything. It just sits there doing nothing. Fucking asshole. Asshole.
Fucking asshole. But anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, we've stumbled off a bit.
Yeah, I love talking about this shit, bro.
All in all, I don't think that they have a more economic value than someone who is in shape or at least decently fit would be.
Yeah, I'll agree. I mean, I can't really argue against that.
No, I didn't even get personal with it. I just took it from a fucking economical status.
Yeah, I don't even know.
Like,
we'll get personal later with our statements. There's a new series that we're going to do with statements. We actually talk about it ourselves. We should move on to the next one that I'm actually kind of... It's weird when I say that I'm kind of passionate about this topic, but it's just something that's been on my mind forever with, like, past girlfriends I've had and female friends and things I've heard from, like, you know, people in my family, like, women and girls in my family, especially, like, teenage girls and stuff. They always go through this sort of, it seems like every woman out there has had an eating disorder, and most of them tend to lean towards the anorexia or bulimia side, right? At some point in their life, not at the moment.
Yeah, no, at some time. No, I get that.
The reasoning I can see behind it, it seems like it's always to do with the scale. It has always got something to do with weight. Whenever you talk about, I don't know, they're always like, oh, I need to weigh less, I want to weigh less, and when you ask them, how much do you weigh, they get so offended because they link weight with being fat immediately, which is something that I could never really fully understand as someone who's looked into the topic more, because I've obviously, well, not obviously, you haven't seen us, but, you know, I'm someone who does work on my physical appearance, so it doesn't make a lot of sense to me, because weight is a very inaccurate and shitty measurement for someone's physical fitness. It's very terrible because, I don't know if you know this, but weight, right, it doesn't account. If you look at weight as in weighing more equals less healthy, or looking less good, it's completely wrong. It's completely wrong, because it doesn't take into account muscle, right? As a general rule, the more muscle you have, less fat you have, the better you will look. But muscle weighs. So if you lose weight, you're not necessarily losing fat. You could be losing muscle and feel like, yay, I'm getting healthier, and then you're not actually getting healthy, you're getting less healthy, and you don't even look any better. But people, like, obsess so much about weight. I don't know, I want people to start obsessing about body fat percentage. I mean, obviously you get to a point where body fat percentage is, like, if you get your body fat percentage so low, right, you can have health complications. But the thing is it's so hard to get such low body fat percentage while not losing muscle. that it's almost impossible. And if you do get to that point, it is like the easiest thing in the world to cure, because you just have to slip up every now and then you will not end up like that. Whereas to become a real skinny person who weighs nothing, all you have to do is starve yourself, and that's really dangerous because of how easy it is. You could slip up one day, continue starving yourself the next week or so, and then you're gonna continually wither away until you die. Whereas if you try and be like 1% body fat, you can slip up one day, because at that point your body really wants that little bit of fat. Then
you slip up once and it just converts it all.
Boom, 3%, right? And then you're a lot healthier, right? Because the body's not supposed to be at 1% fucking body fat, right? Fat has a use, but I mean, general rule. Lower fat, higher muscle, better looking. And it's the same for girls too. Girls always like, oh no, I'm too scared of, gaining muscle and stuff. But, like, here's the secret. That's how you get that fucking fat ass.
Oh yeah, no, you tell him, guy.
That's how you get that fat ass. And those hips. Is by gaining muscle. That's how you get that fat ass that don't sag. That don't sag. The one that doesn't look like a nappy.
I don't know whether you're trying to be insulting, a pervert, or one of those American influences.
All of them. At the same time.
No, nice.
Yeah, so that's
the
my
pervert health
standpoint.
coach.
That's my standpoint on how girls are so attached to the weight number. I just wish girls would stop being so attached to the weight number, because one, it's destructive towards society, because we don't want to see all these teenage girls wasting away thinking they're worthless because there's an extra number on the scale. Two, even if you were worthless for not being in best physical shape, losing all that weight wouldn't make you in the best physical shape anyways. So even if you had all the societal pressure to look the best, right? You're not even going to look the best by losing weight. You know, right? So, like, those two things alone should be like, just wipe it out, please.
Man, this is something you're really passionate about, isn't it?
It is, because I see it happen so much, and it can ruin people's lives, and it can give them a hard time, and obviously there's all the health things and stuff, and I just don't want to see our young women going through shit like that. Because it's an easy fix in my male brain, but I don't know. It's probably because I'm a male, and that's why I can see it.
Speaking about it being an easy fix, I just want to target something for a second, right?
What?
So people who do the whole, I'm fat and you should love me anyway, and I'm going to encourage other people to eat what I eat and be fat.
Yeah.
That is an excuse to keep being lazy. You got to that size because you were lazy. And then you're just making this excuse on, I'm okay with this, and I'm going to make I'm going to force other people to be okay with this, because it gave you a bigger reason to be more lazy.
Yeah.
Not to mention, you can now get social clout from sitting there eating food.
Mm-hmm. And ruining society.
Yeah, so speaking of things being easy, you know what is easy? Saying a no every once in a while, and standing up. Which I don't reckon you've done in a couple days.
I love how this podcast has gone from me like doing this really I guess somewhat heartfelt message to young women, and then it's just gone to stand up every now and then.
Fucking no, that shit pisses me off. Like, again, I'm not the thinnest person, but I also don't go around preaching you have to like me. I don't care if you like me. I'm gonna do what I do, and I'm gonna be happy with it. You, on the other hand, if you want me to like you, do something that makes me like you. Being lazy, sitting there being a fat ass, eating nothing but chips all day, and having 3 breakfasts does not make me like you. it makes me think you're not a functioning member of society, and you need to go outside. And you probably smell.
Yep, fair enough. Based.
Jesus.
Based.
Fuck.
Based.
Like, yeah, no, I think I go outside. Let's see, I worked for Coca-Cola. I also worked in MIQ.
This is like you pretending that they're snapping back at you now.
Wow, fuck. I can just hear what they're saying. Oh no, that's fatphobic, you're fatphobic. I'm not fatphobic. I just don't like when you try to force it on me because you want to be lazy. And then you're encouraging all of these other people to have diabetes. And then you're saying it's okay. It's not okay.
Yeah. I mean...
when it's a threat to your health.
Yeah, that's the weird thing for me when I'm thinking about it, is usually when I think about things, I'll resonate with men's issues a lot more than any woman's issues, but this one thing, I guess it's just because there's like a solution, right? Like there's a very straightforward solution.
Yeah, but I'm waiting for a comment that says, "Oh no, it's not that easy," you know. It's like, wow.
Well, it's very black and white, actually. It's weight is.
Yeah, no, it's because you're overcomplicating it.
Actually, you know what? Look in the mirror. Don't look on the scale. Don't look at the scale. Look in the mirror. That's more accurate. Even though you're looking with your subjective eyes, it's still more accurate than the scale.
Yeah.
That should tell you how bad the scale is.
That makes full sense.
Right? Because, let's just take Andrew Tate as an example.
Oh, bringing back Andrew Tate,
yeah,
right.
Let's just take Andrew Tate as an example. Does Andrew Tate look like a fat ass?
Oh, wow. Andrew Tate looks quite fit. I'm sure even the people that hate him can agree. We can all agree that man is fit.
Okay. What do you think his weight is?
What's his height?
It's 1.9 meters.
What the fuck is that in feet?
When I looked up his BMI, according to BMI, he's heavily overweight. Because he is 100 kgs.
Yeah, but you wouldn't think that, because
exactly, right? Because weight is not fucking accurate.
Yeah, no.
What is accurate is looking at him. It's more accurate for someone's health, right?
You can tell that he's fit. He's only overweight because muscles weigh a lot. Exactly. It's muscular weight.
And it's the same for girls. When a girl starts working out doing squats and gets a big booty, she's gonna weigh more, right? But that doesn't mean she looks worse or she looks fat. No, not at all. It's just so annoying.
What would overweight be for someone who's my height? 6'1".
Okay, so it says that even 100 kgs for 6'1" is decently overweight. It's about 10 kgs overweight.
If I went down the same track that Andrew Tate did and I built all of my fucking shit into muscle, the lowest point I could get to is around 110, 115.
Yeah, so
if it was muscle, just muscle. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So weight is just a really bad measurement of how physically fit someone is, or how good they look. So don't use weight, and don't give weight so much fucking power. So next time someone asks you how much you weigh, just say it. Especially if it's if you're a dude, this is some advice for dudes. If you're a dude and you're judging a girl's attractiveness based on her weight, you're an idiot. You're an idiot, and you're probably missing out. That's all I gotta say.
And if you're a female and a dude asks you that, judge his dick size.
Judge his dick size.
You'll hit him right.
But take the measurement.
You'll hit him right.
Take the measurement in meters squared.
And don't care about what fucking size it is.
Take the measurement in meters. That's how fucking accurate it is.
Don't care about what size it is. Just look at it. If he goes, oh yeah, well, I'll prove it, and he pulls it out, just look at it and go, nah,
Yeah, don't go out and measure that shit. If you look at it and then you look at it and from visual you're like, oh, it's too small, right? That's way more...
Look,
that makes more
even
sense,
if it is big, just make some sort of sound that makes you feel or that will make him feel uncomfortable.
I don't know what this fucking...
Because then it doesn't matter, because he'll feel so self-conscious about himself. Well, females are very into their height. Oh, not height, weight.
Yeah.
Guys, it's height, which you can't control and you can get right off the bat, and cock size.
Which you can't control.
No, exactly.
Bro, us guys got it bad, bro. We just got the lottery on our insecurity.
But with that, if a guy asks you your weight, and then says you're fat, do that.
Yeah.
Either insult his height, or his cock size. It doesn't matter how big it is, just go, nah.
Yeah, no.
Below average.
I don't know who are these dudes out there actually going around asking for weight. Like, unironically.
Sigma males, bro. I didn't actually think that there were guys out there with fucking...
Oh yeah, the bullshit guys. The guys who pretend that they don't need a woman. That's the other thing.
Yeah, the guys that pretend that...
That's a great thing for feminism, the whole... I don't need a woman, and woman being like, I don't need a man. Because in my opinion, I think they're both lying to themselves.
Yeah, no, I think you're both wrong.
But, that's not for today. We've got, like, gone on so many tangents and been like, that's not for today too many fucking times. So let's move on to the next segment, because I feel like it's drying up enough for us to just start talking about other shit now. So let's go on to the next segment, alright? I've got a few phrases, and then we're going to talk about them, alright? This is that new structure. So, we're going to say whether or not we agree, disagree, or our reasonings for why we agree, or whether or not the thing is a good thing, alright?
Alright.
Okay. The first one. The word fat is offensive. Yes or no?
Depends on the context.
Okay. Well, for you it depends
if you're if you're just making a statement, like, you're fat, it can be taken as an insult, but it shouldn't be. Because I am simply making an observation. Yeah. And I didn't want to say overweight. I could use other words, but it's not my fault you got offended by that word. It's just a word.
Yeah.
But if I was then to walk up to you and say, you're a fat ass, wow, that's a whole different fucking story, isn't it? Like, I just walked up and insulted you straight to your face.
Yeah.
But you've got to know where the difference lies. Like, if you ask me, am I fat? And I say, yes, you're fat. No, that's not fucking... No. So it depends on the circumstances, really.
Yeah, I guess I agree with you, but is it a good or bad thing that the word fat is offensive? Because a lot of fat acceptance activists like to say, we're going to reclaim the word and blah, blah, blah. So what do you think? Do you think that fat should be able to be used as an insult or not? Do you think the word fat should have that power or not?
Well, it's kind of like the word nigger, isn't it?
I think it's different.
Well, black people said the same thing, and yes, the word nigger is a lot worse, in my opinion. But the word only has power if you let it, sort of thing.
Yeah, I know. I don't think the word nigger should have power, right?
No, neither.
I don't think it should have power, but I think the word fat should have power in certain context.
I don't. Not... Oh, well, yeah, in certain context. Well, it's like if I went to fucking the Deep South in America, and then someone looked at me and went, fucking dirty nigger. Well, that changes the whole meaning of that, doesn't it?
Yeah, but I don't think that nigger should ever have power. The word itself, right? Obviously,
well, I still think it can be used as an insult.
Oh, I agree. If you're going around saying things, you know, like that you're all my slaves and blah blah blah, then you drop it, then obviously it's different than me quoting it right now saying the word nigger, right?
Obviously.
Yeah. Right.
But yeah, no, it's all about that derogatory standpoint. I feel
like it's not good for society for the word to have that power, even in that context.
Well, the same thing could be argued for the word fat.
But I could argue that fat having the power to offend people could be good for society. Because and it comes back to this: if you're black, you don't have a choice. If you're fat, you do have a choice. And being black is no better or no worse for society. If there's more black people, it's no better or worse for society than if there's more white people or more Mexican raced people. Like, obviously culture comes into it. You could argue cultural things, but if you're just, your skin color is different, right? As in, you come from black people before you and you're black, but obviously you grew up in the same culture or whatever. The only thing that's changed is your race. It has nothing to do with culture. Then there's no difference. But whereas if there's more fat people in a society, that society is weaker than if there's more fit people in the society. So that's
but using it as a beneficial term is more... You can't pressure and insult somebody into doing something. You're going to make them feel worse about themselves.
It worked for me.
Like, okay, but take into account the depression rate of females and the suicidal rate due to being overweight and bullied. It's a form of bullying.
Yeah, but that's why I said certain context.
Yeah, well, that is specifically certain people.
Yeah, like, I mean,
people who need to hear it. Like,
and you have to be realist about it, right? I had a friend who did gymnastics, and she was telling me about her gymnastics coach who was like saying, "Oh, you're getting too fat," right? And this is really odd because this chick, right, she's tiny, right? She's this really fucking short, petite girl who, like, can't gain weight, even if she tries, because she has a lot of genetic issues, and this coach was repeatedly
I know a lot of people like that.
Fat, right? So obviously, you're not being a realist when you're saying that she's fat that way, right? But you have to be saying it, being a realist. Like, if some dude... I don't know, if some dude is, or it's your mate or something, and they're trying to do this thing, or they're like, oh, I don't know why girls will never like me, or whatever, right? Or I don't know why I can't do push-ups as good as you, right? Being able to go, well...
Oh, well, no, yeah, if you then come back with, oh, because you're fat, because you're fat.
If that doesn't offend them, then the chances of them going, oh, shit, is, like, way lower than if it does offend them. You know? If it doesn't almost exactly them, like... Then it's not going to improve them, because they're going to be like...
Yeah, but that's almost exactly like my statement before. If you ask me if you're fat, and I say, yeah, you're fat, or if I make a statement and say that you're fat, I don't think the word's wrong. You're going... That's the exact same statement I made before.
Yeah, I know.
That's
but
what
I think it should feel offensive to the person who hears it. Because if it's not...
Oh, no, you better feel something. No, yeah, if I'm telling you that, I'm telling you for good reason. I'm telling you because that is what it is. And if you're asking me, I don't expect you to just brush it off. But you're like, do I look fat? And I go, yeah, you look fat. I don't expect you to just be like, oh, cool.
Yeah. I mean, you will brush it off in the moment, but you'll think about it later.
Oh,
like it's happened.
No, fuck they. I've had someone ask me if they're fat. I'm like, yeah, you look fat in that, and they've got to change clothes. Like, if you're asking, 9 times out of 10, you're asking because you want an answer, and if that answer's not what you wanted to hear, you'll get offended at me, and then yes, you will do something to fix it, or you'll think about it at least.
Yeah. That happened to me actually.
But then if you start, if you start to think I'm the problem after I told you that, then I can't help you.
Yeah.
Your fat ass stay fat.
That happened to me kind of recently as well, actually. Someone pointed out like pimples on my face, and I was like, eh? And I started looking at them. I was like, yo, what the fuck? This person's actually got, like, you know, this person's actually telling the truth, and I'm just like, shit, it's happening, bro. I'm looking unhealthy. So I started a skincare routine, right? So, you know, like, but if I didn't feel like, holy shit, right? Or I didn't feel like, ooh, that was a hit to my ego, I wouldn't have done anything. So I think it's good that it offends.
Yeah, no, I get where you're coming from with that, yeah.
Alright, are you ready for the next statement?
Yeah, bring it on.
Is being fat a choice?
Yes. Well, it depends on, like, you might have a medical reason, but if you don't have a medical reason, then yes. Yes.
Yep. And it's very rare for you to have a medical reason.
Yeah. Or if you were, like, forced into it from some fucking child upbringing because you had like the real shittest parents that if you didn't finish this big ass plate you got a hiding sort of shit. That I can back up as well. But other than that, if you're just fat because, well, you ate too much and you willingly ate a lot all the time, then, wow, that's a choice, isn't it?
Because you wanted to eat a bunch of sugar.
Yeah, no, well, yeah, there's no really other way to put that. It's like, yeah, unless it was trauma, or fucking, unless it was forced by medical or home value or whatever the fuck, then, yeah, well, it's a choice then, isn't it?
Even if it's
You
trauma
chose to eat
and that's
those.
a coping mechanism, it's still a choice.
No, what I mean is trauma drawn, so not because of trauma, but that is the trauma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I completely agree. Alright, next
I put all this fucking food on the table, you better fuck swallow it before I beat your fucking face in. Trauma.
Yeah, I get that. Alright, the next one. In-shape people get privileges.
They get the privilege to stand up off their couch and walk around. Bet you fat people can't do that.
Do you think there are any unfair privileges that in-shape people get over fat people? I agree.
No, I already went through this in my head a couple times and no.
Yeah, it's very basic.
Yeah, no, their privileges are, like, fat people privilege is earned. They earned it.
Yeah, exactly, right? They
Well, I'm not gonna ask fucking
it's on
fat
the
ass to help me train. It's a privilege only fit people get.
Yeah. Okay, now it's getting more personal. Do I want to lose weight? As in you and me. And this could go back to if you were listening before.
I'm not driven by anything to lose weight. Because I don't really care, it's not stopping me from doing anything. I'm not big to the point where fucking I can't move from the couch or I have a hard time getting from A to B sort of shit. So it's not stopping anything in my daily life. I'm not excessively overeating, so I'm not gaining anything. I'm a lot smaller than I used to be. It wouldn't hurt to lose a bit more, but I don't have an exact drive because I've got no reason to. I don't have to. Yeah.
You may not have realised, but this is one of those trick questions. Because, like I said before, the whole weight thing being attached to how physically fit someone is something that I see as a problem. And that's why the statement or the question of do you want to lose weight or do I want to lose weight is a silly one. Because weight obviously is inaccurate. So if you say I want to lose weight, you could be talking about losing muscle, losing fat. Most people obviously assume that you're talking about losing fat, right? But you have to be more specific with your terminology so that you don't get addicted to that number on the scale, and I think this is the problem that a lot of girls have. So for me, when I ask the question, I'll be like, no, I don't particularly want to lose weight. I would like to lose body fat. Like, I would like to get a leaner body fat percentage. But at the stage I'm currently in, I don't actually want to, I don't actually want to do it. I would like to have that, but I don't actually at the moment want to put the hours into doing that. What I do want to do is gain more muscle. So in a way I want to gain weight, and that's what I'm sort of putting my effort into at the moment.
Yeah, see, I've lost a lot of strength in my arms and gained it back and lost it over the last 5-6 years.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm not at my fucking best. I'm also not at my worst. I've got my fucking muscles back.
Yeah.
Once again, and I fully intend to lose them again at some point. But for the time being, I've got my fucking arm muscles back. My whole thing is about being strong. I'm not too fussed on the way that I look. My whole thing is heavy shit. Hitting hard, you know?
Yeah.
I don't care about the whole running fucking slim body blah blah. Like, it's not a bad thing, not at all. And I wouldn't mind it if I had it, but my main fucking focus has always been on my muscles. Like, on my lifting weights and...
Yeah. Because I want to be stronger, but I don't want to be stronger and be less lean. So I want to be...
Yeah, no, you want that clean divide.
I want to be the strongest I can be, which would probably not be the strongest I could possibly be, but the strongest I could be while still being lean. Because obviously I have useless body tissue in my body because then I can't really do parkour as effectively.
Yeah, see,
Can't
and
be as
that links
fast.
into what you do in your life.
Yeah.
See, I don't do parkour and shit, but I like to do boxing, and I don't know, I get a fucking rush from picking up heavy shit.
Yeah.
You know, being the strongest person in the room.
Yeah, I like the idea of being the strongest person in the room as well. But obviously, if someone's purely looking at strength and not looking at at their speed and stuff as well, because I guess for my fitness, I want to be sort of a jack of all trades sort of deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, mine is more always been how much I can lift, how hard I can hit, and yeah, how fast I can hit. But you don't have to be lean to throw a good punch, like a quick one. I've seen big people throw punches faster than you could.
Oh yeah. Obviously, they could throw it. They could throw their hands faster, but maybe they can't move around the target as fast, or dodge as fast, or change stances fast, or something like that. You know, obviously they can use their weight to their advantage and do some.
Well, yeah, that's where the advantages come in. Like this fucking but there are big fucking dudes out there. They weave like motherfuckers, eh? That's why the whole weight class thing exists. And there's these two big dudes that do Wing Chun. They're huge, they're jacked, but they're quick.
Yeah, but that's the thing though, a lot of these jacked people are still lean.
Yeah, but they're fucking... No, I mean like jacked as in big muscles.
Yeah.
Like that guy looks like he's a
They don't have a
bodybuilder.
massive body fat percentage.
You tell me that when you see them.
Yeah, because I mean the Francis guy I was talking to you about before, he's lean. He's massive, he has massive amount of muscle, but it's all muscle.
For those of you who are wondering who we're talking about, it's the old UFC heavyweight champion. I think he got it taken from him. I'm not too sure, but yeah, Francis.
Yeah, he's lean, right? So all of his mass is usable bodily, like mass, right? None of it is stuff that he can't tense. So I mean, obviously that guy can be faster, not as fast as someone who has less muscle mass, but he could be faster than the guy who has the same amount of muscle as him, but has also got fat.
Yeah, well, that all equates to his weight as well. Like fucking, because this dude's bigger and he's got more muscles, he's also a lot heavier.
That's
him
true.
throwing punches won't be as fast as like Conor McGregor throwing a fucking straight jab.
Yeah, but I'm saying, and obviously experience and stuff, obviously these people are going to be able to throw better than me because I haven't been doing it for anywhere near as long as them at all, right? So,
no, exactly.
So, but also when it comes to that, if you're lean and you are heavier, but the more weight you gain, a lot of that weight is more usable to help carry the weight that you gain as well, versus when someone is fat as well, the fat doesn't help. The fat is just dead weight.
I feel like this whole thing is just turned into a health fucking blur.
It's all body positivity shit, so that's all health.
I don't mind if you leave. I would leave too.
Alright.
It's fun to talk about when you're a part of it, but when you listen to it, it's like, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, alright, next one. Let's move on to the next one and get on to some Am I the Assholes to wrap this up then. Alright. If you left then, you're missing out, asshole. Alright.
Asshole.
Sweet. And the last one. Do I love my body or do you love your body?
Love?
That was the fucking, that's the main thing that fat acceptance is about. It's like, I love my body and...
I don't care.
You don't care about your body.
I don't care about what it looks like at all. So I can still do the things I intend to do, then I don't care, and I can do the things I intend to do, so, wow.
The way I would answer it is I'd say, yeah, I do. Obviously. I don't really have a choice. If I just hate my body, I don't really have a choice. But it's not from the same perspective as a girl would be like, oh, I hate my body because I have... I don't know, what are they called? Hip things? Love handles? Love handles. I hate it because I have love handles, or a belly, or a guy would be like, I hate my body because I'm too skinny. I'd say, I love my body because I eat healthy-ish food. I mean, I could do better because I've eaten quite a bit of sugar over the past month because of personal issues. So I could have loved my body better, but that's my answer. Alright, that's the end of the whole body positivity shit. Are you ready for some of the assholes?
Go on then. Yeah.
Alright.
I'm quite interested to see these ones.
Let's get into this one. Alright. First one. Am I the asshole for not wanting to go to the gym with my boyfriend anymore? Yes or no?
No.
Okay. It depends. It depends for me. If she's like, I want to go with a different guy, then yes.
Oh wow, that's a different story.
Then yes.
I've got a new gym bro now. It's like, oh well, gotta find somewhere else to live as well. You bastard.
Alright.
Fuck.
Do you want to get into it?
No, I was sitting here waiting, hoping we'd have more silence, bro.
Oh, fuck you. Alright. My boyfriend, 18-year-old male, and I, 18-year-old female, recently had an argument over the phone about going to the gym together. For context, he goes to the gym regularly, and I have never once stepped foot inside one. He's asked me in the past to try going once or twice, but I'm usually busy with work and college, so I can't fit in another routine. Basically, for all Kiwis and every other person in the whole world except for US people, college in the US is university. So there you go. However, now I'm transitioning to online university, or college, and will be having more free time, therefore I can try going to the gym. Because of this, I presented the idea to him, and it turned into a massive argument? I was pretty nervous about bringing it up, because he sometimes has a tendency to treat me like I'm not as smart as him, and I was very timid going about the subject. I told him that I would prefer that my first time going to the gym be with him, so he could teach me correct form and ways to use the machines. What? What is his problem? And he became very irritated and annoyed at me. He said that the way I was speaking was extremely aggravating and that I shouldn't be asking such vague questions. I told him that I knew nothing about the gym, it was daunting to me, and I prefer to be educated about a new experience before I try it out. And then he said that if I found it daunting trying new things, that I was a pussy and worthless as a human being. What the fuck? What the fuck is this? I was severely taken aback by this statement, because I really didn't expect him to say something like that. I told him that what he said wasn't okay, and that the situation didn't deserve that kind of response. I hung up, and he blew up my phone with text messages about how I shouldn't have to rely on him to go to the gym for my first time, and that I should just go by myself and figure things out on my own. He then went on to say that women can't be reasoned with, and that I was insane for telling him that his response was incredibly hurtful and inappropriate. I'm torn between if I should end up going with him or not, because I feel like an asshole for finally being able to go to the gym with him and deciding not to. But I also feel that what he said was unacceptable and that I should just go by myself or with a girlfriend instead. What the fuck?
That guy's a fucking fuckhead.
What the fuck? That makes no sense. Why would you do that? Why would you want your girlfriend to go to the gym?
You want to come to the gym with me first? You want me to come? You want me to come with you first so I can show you what to do? Get fucked.
Well, if you have a girlfriend, that would be like the best thing, right? You'd way rather that she, like, that would be so flattering that she goes, oh, I think that you're really good at it, so can I go with you so you can teach me? That's like the best thing that you could
you can
get.
Keep an eye on the guys that are around there. You know, those creeps that approach people in the gym for whatever reason.
I'd do that. I'm becoming that guy, bro.
That guy, there's memes about that guy. Not a lot of people like that guy.
Yeah, but
trying to find my fucking daily life.
Yeah, like that's the best thing you could hear from your girlfriend. Even if you're not worried about other guys, that is still the best thing, because that's her saying, I appreciate that you are like probably good at this thing, right?
Yeah.
That was the thing, bro. I had like something similar to this. Obviously not this, because I didn't act like that dude. But with my last girlfriend, I had this, right? And what I wanted to do was I wanted her to like work out consistently, and I wanted to help her out with it. But she always had a problem. She could never, like, when it came to this, she could never admit something like that I was better than her at something like this. She could never admit it. She was like always like, no, I don't want to do it around you, because like when you do something, she said that I acted like I was better than her, but all I did was me do my workout as well, right? So I guess like me doing more advanced movements made her feel like she was inadequate or something like that. So this girl, to me, like saying to her boyfriend, she's admitting to him, you're better than me at this thing, so I want to learn from you. That is like the best thing you could have. And this dude just fucked it up.
And, well, with your whole thing, it's like, that's self-conscious fucking...
Yeah, right?
Confidence stuff.
Ego.
But, no, yeah, that...
Ego.
No, it's more... you're pretty good at this, I don't want to embarrass myself in front of you, sort of shit.
Yeah, I know.
With most people.
I never made fun of her or anything for anything
No,
that
no.
wrong. Because,
But it's just
obviously,
that
that's the worst
self-conscious
thing you could
thought.
do. Like, this guy, say you're a pussy. What the fuck?
Yeah, no, fucking pussy, can't go by yourself, little baby, like, get cunt, I'll knock your ass out.
Yeah, what a fucking dick. And, speaking of, right, like, this is real backwards because, like, to me, at least, it's perfectly fine for girls to be more timid and scared, right? I don't find that bad. Like, when I look at a girlfriend, I don't find it bad for the girlfriend to be more scared and shit than me, right?
Well, no, and
yeah,
that's...
exactly, right?
That's just male fucking instinct.
Yeah, right? So what?
Oh, well.
Like, do you not... does this guy just not have, like, the male instinct to, like, look after his girlfriend? Like, I don't understand.
No, this guy, he's a fucking Sigma male, bro. He watched all the bad Andrew Tate videos.
Fucking, what a dick. That's the funny thing, too. Because, like, I don't even think Andrew Tate ever said shit like that. All the things I heard from Andrew Tate was that it was more unattractive when a girl is confident, right?
Yeah, not just fucking rip the bitch to shreds, you know?
Like...
You're a fucking pussy, yeah.
What a fucking dick. Bro! Where are these guys, eh? Where do they find
this guy? Yeah, no, where do you find this guy?
I want to find this guy.
But no, I want to talk to this guy.
What a fucking dick!
Fuck, I can't wait to run into somebody like that. Then fuck, bro, you're a dick, bro. Huh? What did you say to me? I said you're a dick, bro.
You fucking asshole. Bro, how the hell is he gonna go out here telling his girlfriend that she's worthless as a human being because she wanted to learn from him how to do exercises in the gym?
Not to mention he's been asking her to go with him.
Yeah, right? What the
Maybe
fuck?
he wisened up and then, like, knew he was an asshole and then got afraid that her self-confidence would go up if she went to the gym. So,
probably.
Oh, no, and then shattered her game, bro.
Yeah, I know, right? What a fucking dick. Hey.
Figure out your self-worth, lady.
Yeah, you're definitely better than
that. You
that.
do better than that guy.
Especially because you... like, told him, even though you were scared that it was gonna happen. And the fact that you were scared that this was gonna happen because he always treats you like you're not as smart as him, that sounds bad. It depends on what you call that, though. Like, if that's just, like, you saying he will do something in your presence, and then you feel like you're not as smart as him, that's different, right? Like, if he just starts doing complex maths while you're there, right? And then you're like, oh, why are you being a dick? And he's like, eh? You're acting like you're smarter than me. Do you think you're smarter than me? You show off, and he's just doing his maths. Then obviously that's...
It's like, I'm just doing my work.
Yeah, exactly, right? That's something else. But if he's doing like, oh, what's he? He said he's a pussy. Oh, you're worthless as a human being because you're not doing this Pythagoras theorem.
Yeah, well, you can't take that equation. Oh, you're a fucking...
Y squared and shit. You're a fucking useless.
And you're ugly.
You're dumb.
You're dumb. You're dumb and ugly. And you deserve nothing.
Dick, bro. How could someone be such an asshole? I don't get it. I don't get it.
No, neither do I.
I don't understand, my man. I have no clue why. Why?
Help me to understand, my man.
That's what I'm gonna ask myself now. How can someone just be such an asshole? Like, the only thing I can sort of reason with him is, like, maybe because she wants to do different exercises from what he does. Like, obviously, girls, they all tend towards doing, like, a lot of squats and stuff, and guys love to do like, the bench, right? So maybe the guy himself has a really shitty squat because he skips leg day every time. So he's scared because he doesn't want to, like, show her, and then it's, like, bad form. But then even then, couldn't you just go...
That doesn't warrant you to go, you fucking pussy.
Yeah, and then, that's an insecurity, so couldn't you just, like, talk to your girlfriend and say, hey, actually, when I think about it, my squat game hasn't been on point, so when we do squats, then maybe we could learn together with some other trainer or something? Boom, problem solved. Is that not a good solution?
That's the problem, but I think the problem is just this guy's a fucking dick.
I'm trying to understand where he's coming from, man. I'm trying to extend
I don't want to understand.
I want to. Because then I can understand what makes people assholes.
Yeah, but I don't think there is any understanding in it. There's nothing to understand. I feel like that's just how he is. Like, it all depends on your attitude.
Yeah, I think you should do more than just going by yourself or with a girlfriend. I think you should break up with him, and then go to the gym with a girlfriend. Because I understand that it could be a very... I mean, I don't actually go to the gym. I just do push-ups at home and stuff. So you could definitely do that if you want to save the money. But if you do want to go to the gym, you should go with a friend of yours, a girlfriend of yours. Because obviously it can be a daunting place, and this guy did not make it seem better. This guy is probably terrible. I think that guy should be kicked out, actually.
Yeah,
He's hurting business.
No, that's it for that guy. He's getting corporal punishment.
Fucking dick guy. Fucking.
That guy's fucking line him up in front of the firing squad. It's over for that guy. We don't need guys like that. You need to leave that guy before he puts a kid in you. We don't need more of him.
Yeah, no, leave that guy.
That guy doesn't need to reproduce.
That guy.
No, it'll just be an idiot guy.
Idiot guy.
Fucking idiot guy.
Alright, ready to head on to the next one? You can read this one. I send it to you.
Yeah. I have it up.
Cool.
Alright. Are you ready?
Yep.
Am I the asshole for telling my dad that he can't even fit into his shirts after he told me to lose weight?
I'm gonna just wild guess say no.
No, because that seems like a decent snapback. I would have done the same shit.
Yeah.
Fuck, tell me to lose weight. Nigga, you haven't seen your cock in years. Fuck. Right. I don't know if it's because it's too small or your stomach's too fucking big.
Or both.
Or both. You fuck. But no, I might have to make my own am I the asshole for making that statement, but let me know if I'm the asshole for that.
Yeah, guys, leave that in the comments, Jake.
Jake? Hi, Jake.
Alright,
let's get into it.
Let's go.
I, female, have always was on the heavier side growing up, but it never really bothered me until my dad, 56 male, started making comments on my body and weight. I usually brush his comments off because he says he's only looking out and wants the best for me. By the way, I exercise 2 to 3 days a week and eat relatively healthy. Jesus Christ. Alright. 2 meals a day, but my weight seems to plateau. My weight usually stays the same and steady, and my attempts to lose weight fail all the time no matter how hard I try. My dad is obsessed with exercise, especially running, to the point where he runs multiple long-distance marathons up to 100 kilometers.
Shit.
Oh. Last year in August, my dad suffered a car accident and broke his leg. Because of this, he had to refrain from running. Due to the lack of activity, my dad doesn't exercise anymore, which caused him to gain a little weight. He didn't gain a significant amount, but I noticed a lot of his shirts don't fit him anymore.
Yeah.
So this is where I'm the potential asshole. This incident happened on a hot day, so I decided to wear biker shorts and a cropped-ish top. I have a little bit of a belly that was quite visible, but I didn't think too much of it because I was in my own house, so I didn't think it would matter what I wear. When my dad saw me, he looked at my belly and said I must exercise more to lose some fat. I asked him why he is so bothered about my weight and body, as if saying that I'm fat will do anything. I asked him to give me good reason why, and he said it's because of health, which is bullshit because he knows I exercise regularly and actively try to take care of my body. I think he's just fat phobic and doesn't like the way fat people look. I told him that he can't tell me to lose weight when his shirts don't fit him anymore and how my clothes actually fit me. This caused him to go silent while my sister, 18, laughed at my dad's reaction. When I told my other sister, 20, female, about the situation, she said I could have said it in a nicer way because my dad was probably just insecure, was projecting his insecurities onto me because he didn't have another way to deal with them, and my mum agreed. I do kind of feel bad of what I said to him, but I was honestly fed up with his remarks, so am I the asshole? Wow!
No. And I think your mum and shit are the asshole because that's not your fucking problem that he's got insecurities. It's your father.
Yeah, no.
He should be the one turning the other cheek for you. It's your father.
My whole thing lied within the guy got into an accident and couldn't work out. He didn't gain that weight on purpose. But then again, she's not that size on purpose either.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry to say this to this.
That you could do more.
You said as hard as you worked out and tried to lose weight, you couldn't. You just didn't go hard enough, or you went the wrong way. Or you went too hard too fast. Because, you know, obviously there's all the diets and stuff where you lose a lot of weight really quickly and then get it back. But the thing is, you've actually got to do it. It's got to be consistent, you know. And it depends on what your exercise is. If you're doing yoga, you're not going to burn calories, you know, because there's all this, you know, scientific stuff. Basically, really simple. More calories out than calories in. Obviously, ways you burn calories: running, doing exercise, existing calorie burning rate increases with the amount of muscle you have. Very simple. So I'll just say you either didn't try hard enough, or you tried too hard and it was unsustainable. So yeah, I'll say that you can't use that as an excuse, but I also don't say that you're the asshole at all in this situation. Because
I don't know.
Being a dick,
I think you're both fucking assholes
onto you, and that's not your problem, especially as his daughter and not as the father figure. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I kind of agree with the term that she could have said it a better way. But all I think she did is even the playing field. Because he's ripping into her about something that she is trying to change.
Yeah.
But she also ripped into him for something that he couldn't change. So, if you ask me, I reckon that she just evened the playing field. You're either both assholes or you're both on par.
I guess that sort of makes sense. I guess I'm just on her side because the father's the parent. And she's not the parent.
Yeah, no, but it's warrantable for a parent to look out for their kid and want them to be better.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point, actually. So I guess
that's why I think that they're on the... Yeah, I reckon they're on the fence. You're either both assholes, or you're both not assholes. But you've evened up the playing field. So if you think he's an asshole, you're an asshole. If you think he's not an asshole, you're not an asshole.
Yeah, I agree with that. What are our opinions, though? Both assholes?
Yeah, pretty much. You're both on par, so you're...
That's us, both assholes.
Yeah.
Alright, ready for the next one? That was pretty short. Compared to the gym one. The gym one was just, that guy's just fucking... Yeah,
well, that guy was just a cunt.
Yeah.
But this was pretty evenly matched.
Alright, sweet. Now I think we have a... Yeah, we have one that's less related, just to ease ourselves into just normal life again, I guess. So, am I the asshole for trying to make my husband's family feel guilty? Yes or no?
I mean, that kind of sounds like an asshole move, but I'm going to need more for that.
Alright, fair enough. BG. I don't know what that stands for, but BG : I was an affair baby, even although it's complicated. My mum was not married. She was actually divorced from my sister's biological dad, but... Oh, I'm guessing this is background. But they were back together and had my sister. Mum treated him like crap. He left her. Then I was born a few months later. When I was 6 months old, my mum got arrested. The man I have known as my dad my whole life, my sister's biological dad, did not want us to grow apart, so he took me in. My biological dad is a POS. I don't know what POS stands for. He had a son after me and was trying to use him to get to me. My dad tried to help us have contact, but my biological dad showed to be not a good parent, so my dad reported him to CPS. Dad ended up adopting him too. So the son. So the son, her sister, and him or her, her probably, are all raised together with a foster parent. My sister, the only biological OnlyFans dads, but us not caring because he treated all three of us the same. Okay, so the sister is the only one who has the dad as a biological dad, but they're all treated the same. Okay. I'm used to comments about me not being dad's real daughter, or how he only adopted my brother because he wanted a son. If he had to raise two girls. Where we grew up, people were nosy, gossiped a lot, and were unafraid of being mean. But I have always loved that the people closest to me never saw us as less of a true family and never said those hurtful things. I'm married, and my husband is one of the people who was never awful about it. But his family were confused the first time they met us and were clearly not a biological family. They expected to have my husband's dad walk me down the aisle at my wedding. Wait, what?
Why?
Why? Have said how sad it is, I never knew my dad, and many other comments about not having a real parent. My husband and I took a break from them because they would not listen to him and stopped saying those things. They apologized, and we had just started being around them again when they said our future children would at least have 2 grandparents. My husband said our kids would have 3. They brushed him off, so we were done again. But I was so mad that I really leaned in on what they were saying. I pointed out how terrible it is to have a dad who loves his kids regardless of blood, and instead 2 criminal parents would have been better. Parents who would have not been good to their kids. And when I went to details about just how bad things would have been with my biological dad and how fucked up my mum is, I wanted them to feel bad for ever implying the man who saved my brother and I and who raised us was less of our parents. And it worked. They were mad, though, and said on top of depressing everyone, I was an asshole for trying to make them feel like shit. My husband thought it was amazing because it really stopped them in their tracks. But now I feel like I might have gone too far, especially with the anger his family showed. Am I the asshole? Yes or no?
Fuck them motherfuckers.
It's obviously not the
fucking assholes.
Bro, this is also the first time that the husband in this sort of situation has been a G as well.
Yeah, like backed it up and went, yeah!
Like
yeah, see, I told you to stop saying that, and now she's coming back at you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You're a real G.
You're my guy.
Yeah, bro.
What the fuck
But
do you
it's a
find
tricky
people like this
situation
for?
for him, though, isn't it? When you think about
Well,
it.
yeah, because...
Because, like, now he's gonna push his family away for this girl, right? And this girl's completely in the right. But, obviously,
Yeah,
when you think about it, family's forever, and, you know...
Yeah, but you've also got to think about it, like...
Oh, they
if
are
that's the
married.
family that you've got, like... Fuck that shit. Why would you want to hang around... Yeah, I get that they're your family, but you've seen their colours. Why would that really want to be the people you want to be around?
That's completely true. Like, even though there's the whole thing about family being forever and, you know, if you have a relationship that could just end, but, like, she's completely in the right, and it sounds like your families are complete arseholes anyway. So even if that situation was to happen, I don't imagine your family being very supportive anyways, would they?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
So them motherfuckers can go get fucked.
Yeah, so I mean, the husband's a real G.
Yeah,
So I hope they have a
she's
great
not an
marriage.
asshole, but fucking good on the fucking foster dad for taking on the kids, man.
Yeah, good on that guy. That guy's
My
also a
G.
real G.
Yeah, my G.
Sounds like she's
But
got
fucking-
a bunch of G's around
Yeah,
in her life.
yeah.
This
fucking
girl doesn't
deserves it,
sound like
bro.
she's a feminist.
Ah,
Yeah.
got all those G's. Nah, well, I reckon she could stand on her own though.
Yeah, probably.
Because feminism today is just a stupid statement, which we will cover in a different podcast.
Yeah. She could probably stand on her own, but why would she want to when she's got the G's?
Yeah, but she's got all of these G's, bro. Got her the G-ass boyfriend, and the G-ass dad,
It's not boyfriend, it's husband.
G-ass husband,
Yeah.
and the G-ass dad. And her kids are gonna have the G-ass granddad.
Yeah, the G-a's father.
Yeah.
Yeah. That sounds like
Fuck.
a lovely relationship. Actually.
I feel bad for that other guy. Oh, fucking old G-ass husband had the shit-ass parents.
Yeah, no, it sucks, eh?
He had the two of them.
Fuck, what's a good G, right? But then what's a good letter for, like, the negative?
L's.
Two L as parents?
Two L parents, more.
How could two L's make a G, bro?
Nah.
They didn't, though, did they? They said they were not... She said they were not a biological family, so maybe they did it. Anyways, not the arsehole. You're definitely not the arsehole.
Yeah, no, you're definitely in the right
This is
there.
the first time we've done one of these where the boyfriend or the husband or whatever doesn't
It's been
decide
like-
the family immediately as well.
Yeah, where he's actually been top G in the good situation.
Yeah, exactly. So good on him as well for that.
Much better than that fucking first guy. You're a pussy, yo.
You're a pussy and worthless as a human being, Al. Because you don't know how to go to the gym because you've never been.
Because you don't know and you're not confident enough to go to the gym on your own. Even though I've been asking you for ages.
To come
Fuck.
with me, but now you say that you especially do want to come with me, and nah.
Then I'm saying, yeah, but nah, I don't want to.
Fucking dick.
Dick.
Fucking dick. That guy's not a G. That guy's an L.
Yeah, but nah. That guy's big L.
Sweet, so I guess that's the last Am I the Arsehole? Anything else to add, Jade?
Hi, Jake.
Hi, Jake. Also, bye, Jake.
Right, yeah, no,
The
bye, Jake.
outro. The outro. Nice.
Yeah, no, we'll see you in like, I don't know, it could be tomorrow, could be like 5 days,
Yep, could be.
it could be like 5 months maybe, could be 5 years.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
We'll see, yeah, we'll see.
We'll see what happens. I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast though, and yeah, I hope you have a wonderful day, wonderful night, wonderful evening, wonderful morning, whatever time it is for you when you listen to the podcast. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. That was the 7th episode of the Desensitized Podcast. We covered some other stuff today. And my heartfelt message to young women around the world has been spoken.
Yeah,
That was a good podcast. See you guys in the next episodes at some point. And look forward
At
to the
some point.
story I was looking forward to telling. But
oh
for another
yeah,
day. Yeah. It's for another day. You'll find out
maybe, it
sometime.
might be for another day for you, but it might be the same day for us, we don't know.
Yeah, we don't know. We don't know. Oh well. Have a good life, people, and
Yeah, have a good life, see you later.